What's up, y'all? It's your boy eBay Fight Predictions in the building, and we got some late breaking news. Francis Ngannou versus Ciryl Gane will be at UFC 270 for the unification bout, January 22nd. It's really dope fight. I love the fight. It's great. The storyline, the beef between the coaches, these guys being former sparring partners. Now, obviously, there is no beef between Ngannou and Gane, and I think it's going to be very respectful. But Fernand Lopez, the mad scientist himself, I mean, he has concocted a plan to destroy Francis Ngannou damn near because of Francis leaving him and this and that, right? Almost as a way like, this is what you're going to get. And, yeah, it is what it is at the end of the day. But it's really interesting, that storyline. And there's just so many ways you can really look at the fight and the matchup itself, stylistically how these guys match up. Ngannou, I think, having at least 1 inch of an reach advantage, something that Ciryl Gane has never faced, and the power of Ngannou, right? Also, Ngannou's never fought a guy with this kind of footwork, with this kind of lateral movement. Also, Gane, he does have some wrestling. He took down Rosenstrike, I think, twice. So this is a stylistic nightmare for really both guys, because it can end pretty bad for both guys. I mean, I guess, some might say not, getting 50-45 by Gane isn't that bad, but mentally that can hurt. That does give back Stipe Miocic, memories for Ngannou. So if Gane is able to beat him like with ease, that's going to be bad for Ngannou. And if Ngannou knocks out Gane, that's going to be bad too. Like it's going to look crazy, right? So it's a really crazy high stake fight, and like whoever takes this fight, they're going to run the ship of the heavyweight division and just be the king for a very long time, because I don't see anyone beating these guys in this division. And also get the biggest fights possible with Jon Jones. This fight means everything for both of their careers. It's so pivotal. It's also, on a personal level, can Gane give Fernand Lopez the first ever undisputed UFC heavyweight title, something that Ngannou couldn't have done, and he didn't do? And can Francis prove Fernand wrong, defeat his prospect, defeat his former sparring partner, shut the naysayers, especially Fernand, because he has released some sparring footage of, it looks like Ciryl is, tooling Francis. So kind of almost shutting them up, almost in an Usman versus Burns way. Can he do that? But, besides that, I mean, I promoted the fight like crazy. I should get like at least some type of sponsorship, right? But I'm not a fan of this, of the date. I'm a fan of the fight, but I'm not a fan of the date and the card. Now, I might be a little too picky, but I honestly feel like Adesanya versus Whitaker should be the main event for this fight. And it's just one of those fights that, is sold big the first time. You can sell again. Now, obviously, it won't be in, fucking New Zealand or wherever they had, or Australia, right? But, wait, hold up. All right, y'all, I'm back. Sorry for the interruption. But, yeah, like I was saying, I'm not a fan of this. I actually felt like both of these title fights, and it's just something about, when you have these big cards where you have like, 3 title fights, right, or 2 title fights, usually one of those fights are just not really big fights where it's like it doesn't sell. So I get it, right? Davison Figueiredo versus Brandon Moreno was, the co-main event for Adesanya versus Marvin Vettori, or Volkanovski versus Holloway. They never main evented. They could, but they never did. And that's just the honest truth. I just feel like, Whitaker Adesanya should be the pay-per-view, and maybe UFC 271 they do another pay-per-view, because I felt like you could, I just, as a promoter, I'm like, you could get so much out of both of these title fights. But what I think it is that Ngannou is somewhat impatient and really wants to fight, and I think he really wants to shut up Fernand Lopez and wants to show everyone who's the king. But since I'm a little late, obviously, I will give you guys a early prediction. And yeah, I gotta stick with my boy Ngannou. I think him having, a bit of reach on Ciryl is gonna help him, and I think there is gonna be some karma for what Fernand has said, and you never know. Maybe Fernand is the victim in all this. You never know. And he is a mad scientist, and I want to give him so much credit, because it's like, as much as like he talks a lot of mess, it's like, man, you gotta respect the guy, because like everyone laughed at him when he was saying that we're gonna get that fight with Ngannou, and now look where he is with Gane. A lot of people were like, oh, slow your roll on Gane. It's going to take him maybe at least two years to get to that title. It took him like fucking a year. And if he's able to to beat. Actually, he can't. But if he's able, man, if he's able to beat Ngannou, he wouldn't be in the fight. He is in fight of the year contention, in my opinion, for this year. But for next year, dude, he'd win it off rip, damn near, just accomplishing it. Like, because it's like, it's crazy. It's like man, if he would have fought Ngannou by the end of this year, it would have been solidified, right? But he's having I'm not the biggest fan of Jon Jones, but a Jon Jones-esque kind of run to this title. It's fucking insane what he's doing to the whole division. So, yeah, it is what it is. Those are my thoughts, my early predictions. Francis, I think he catches him, I think, in the 3rd round. I think it's going to take him a minute to figure out, Gane's footwork and all that, but I honestly do think the jab, the patience, and the methodical movement of Ngannou will help him, and he knows Ciryl. He knows Ciryl. So it is what it is, and yeah, cannot wait for it. Love y'all, and goodbye. It's your boy eBay. Don't forget to follow me on my Instagram and my Twitter. And tomorrow, obviously, I will come out with that UFC fantasy prediction matchup video. I was gonna come out with it today, but IG the other day was messing up, so I never got my poll for IG, so that's why I never released it. So I'm gonna work on that video today. But yeah, it is what it is. Love y'all, and goodbye.